Hello, welcome to Audit Business Services Incorporated and our webinar, Garnishment Processing for Payroll and Accounts Payable, the Basic Steps. My name is Pamela Fagan-Scholl. I am the President of Audit Business Services Incorporated, and I will be your presenter for today. Many companies receive garnishments against their employees and contractors, and they're at a loss as what to do, how to process them, and they worry about withholding on the garnishments if they're doing them right or not. Many companies also depend on their payroll services to process these garnishments for them. However, what most payroll and accounts payable professionals don't know is that if you overwithhold or underwithhold on a garnishment, your company can be held liable for the entire amount of that garnishment. Your company could have to pay off an employee or contractor's debt for them. I have numerous clients that have had to pay off an employee or contractor's IRS levy, creditor garnishment, and even make some of the child support payments simply because they weren't sure of what they were doing. And how many of you didn't know that you could actually get a garnishment on a contractor who's being paid through accounts payable? Today, we're going to learn step by step how to process garnishments through payroll and accounts payable. The first thing you need to do is determine whether or not you actually have a garnishment. A garnishment will be a court order. It is an involuntary withholding. We, as payroll and accounts payable professionals, are court ordered to withhold from either an employee or a contractor. There are different types of garnishments, such as creditor garnishments, child supports, student loans, and so on. On the other hand, we may receive a wage assignment. This is an agreement our employee or contractor has made with a creditor to have monies withheld from their check to avoid possibility of a garnishment, or it could be a child support or possibly an alimony agreement that they may or may not be legally depending on state laws whether or not we can actually withhold. When a garnishment comes in, there are three things you must do right off the bat. Number one, you need to prioritize, especially if there are multiple garnishments in place for this individual. Which ones come first, second, third, and so on. Number two, we need to check the limits. You will need to check the federal law and the ordering state law, the working state law, and the order itself. Whichever one gives the employee the most protection, that's what you follow. You can't always withhold the amount the order wants, and you're going to have to know all 50 state laws to determine the actual amount that you are going to be able to withhold. Whichever law leaves the employee the most money, the federal law, the state law, the working state, the ordering state, or the order itself, whichever one leaves the employee the most money. And number three, you will need to check what the order says about when to begin withholding and when to remit.